Potable water, so essential for life. But the lives of many are affected by inability to access it. Here in Bayelsa State, a riverine area, water is everywhere, but there's not much of it to drink. Residents cry out for the provision of potable water. Evelyn is a food vendor in Yenagoa, the state capital. She complains that the lack of potable water is not good for business. She must patronize local water vendors to stay in business, and that affects her profit.
I come Bayelsa 2010, I book water they buy. And they worry me for my business. They then do water. They then do borehole so that I go to fetch free water.
This civil servant has been on the lookout for the water vendors for more than 30 minutes. For the residents, the vendors' source of water is suspect. Roadside taps like these are usually where the vendors fetch their water, with no proof that it is treated for consumption. Emeka Ikpo, a water vendor, says business is good because everyone always needs water. This lady says she spends a lot of money on potable water to take care of household necessities.
We got water from this Merua, and it's very, very hard to come by because sometimes you need to book them for them to supply you the water first.
The Commissioner for Water Resources in the state, Tabona Talbert, gives some explanation for the situation.
Bayelsa, as a state, is affected by the salinic effect of the salty nature of our water at the riverine areas and the iron content on the upland.
He promises that the water crisis will soon be over. He adds, however, that residents should be prepared to part with some funds.
As a state, in terms of delivery of potable and safe drinking water, we must imbibe, we must key into this agenda of parting with a little of our resources.
The people of Bayelsa wait with cautious optimism for the day potable water will be readily available in the state. In September of 2017, 2 cases of yellow fever were identified in Kwara State. Yellow fever is an acute viral hemorrhagic disease which sometimes afflicts sufferers with jaundice. This should not have happened for several reasons. Yellow fever is one of the diseases with a vaccine in the expanded program on immunization in the country. The vaccine, which is administered to children between the ages of 9 to 12 months, is very effective, safe, and affordable. A single dose confers sustained immunity on the recipient and gives lifelong protection. Plus, no booster doses are needed. This re-emergence is giving medical lab scientists and virologists cause for concern.
That further confirms our worry on the need to ensure there is continuous medical surveillance of communicable diseases in this country. How you can ensure constant medical surveillance is to look out for all these diseases wherever they are hiding before the outbreak. That will prevent a reoccurrence and re-emergence, as we are having in the case of yellow fever now. We want to appeal to government that there is need for potency assessment of the various vaccines that are imported into this country, because some of these vaccines are not potent. And that is why several of our gatherings, we have addressed our concern on the need for local production of vaccines, because vaccines produced using local strains tend to be more potent than those imported vaccines, because the strain that were used to produce those vaccines were the strain that were found in those advanced countries, which may be different from the strains that are existing in this country. As lab scientists, we are aware of what we call genetic diversities, or what we call microbial genetic diversities. Microbes varies in their gene components from one region to another region, even within the same country. So it will be more protective if we use strains produced locally to ensure that these vaccines are protective. We will not be having reoccurrence of yellow fever, reoccurrence of meningitis, Lassa fever, and all those things. And I think we want to use the medium to appeal to government to look seriously into the possibility of local production of our vaccine and the need for continuous assessment of potency of those vaccines.
Laboratory are very, very critical. It's only what you diagnose that you know it's there. If you don't diagnose, nobody will take you for it. They won't take your word for it. If you say, okay, there is a viral agent, some people will say, what? Let's have the sample. Let's also confirm it. So diagnosis is very critical. Even in the global health security agenda, the role of laboratory is very, very critical. It's very vital that we need to diagnose, prevent, and then, of course, you treat those that are affected.
When meat is thoroughly cooked, all the germs that may be in it usually die. So for any infectious disease, handling of the raw product is the most dangerous part, and two of the groups most at risk are the hunters and butchers.
If you must process animal, if you must dissect animal, you should protect yourself, because you never can tell. The animal in your hand might be carrying a lot of germs. And that's why, not only for monkeypox, generally for wild animals.
Anthrax, for example.
Exactly, anthrax. You could easily contact any of these. Even some of our domestic animals too. They also carry some germs, some of these agents. They are exposed equally the way we are exposed to mosquitoes. So they are reservoirs. They are reservoirs of a number of arthropod-borne viruses. So they are equally infected. So if you are processing, so you must make sure you protect yourself. Put your glove while you are processing, while you are opening them, because all their body fluids might be very rich in the virus particles, even bacteria. Then you have to protect you from inhaling pus. When you are processing. So it's very critical. And then, of course, use apron that you can easily wash and you decontaminate with hypochlorite.